Hi guys, welcome to the Ironman 70.3 GGT recap. Just put this together for all of you guys who were not able to make the meeting. And by the way, we missed you. First, I put together the first video I'm going to do is very specific to today, and then I'm going to go over the slideshow that I did more that we can use back as a reference for later. The first is I put together all the randomly asked questions that I've gotten asked from all the athletes over the past month. First, I want to say thank you guys. I love that so many of you guys are riding at the bike rack. There's no better bike training than on a CompuTrainer. It's just hard to say, but it's really true, other than if you have a CompuTrainer, a kicker, or something else at home. Most of the pros are training like this now only because other pros are, and they have to keep up. So it's just an absolutely fabulous way to train, really dial in your training. Also, you guys know I coach quite a few classes there, too, specific to GGT. So when you're there, you can use that time to really ping me and ask questions. Janine, and Cheryl, who also coach with GGT, are also, great references. So you can use that time. You can pay us $100 an hour, or you can just go in and really ask questions. So and we can really just help you take that biking to that next level. So if you haven't been in, you want to try it out, just ping me. I'll give you a free class, and we can figure it out. Schedule changes. First thing, I get a lot of questions about schedule changes. This is group training, so you have to make it work for you. Just some things to remember when you get your schedule every week and you look at and how to make it change better. First of all, sort of how the week is always set up is the shorter workouts are during the week, and then your longer workouts are on the weekend. So Saturday will typically be a longer bike or run, and Sunday will be the same, the opposite. Couple things, for instance, I used to be an ICU nurse and I worked weekends, or I did different things. So, my schedule was always different. But the thing to remember, if you can, or we have another athlete who really likes to spend the weekends with her family. So maybe your weekend or your days every single week to do those long workouts are Wednesday and Thursday. So every Wednesday and Thursday you're going to be doing those long workouts, and then your weekday is going to be the rest of the week, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you can move that to every single week you're doing those same things. What you cannot do is decide each week which are going to be your long days, because then you don't get that 5 days recovery. So what you really need to make sure is before you do those 2 long workouts that are typically on Saturday and Sunday, you need to have those 5 days of shorter workouts. It's not as pronounced now, but soon you guys are going to be having a 3-hour bike on a Sunday, or a 10-mile or a 12-mile run on Sunday, the other day, and we just don't want those back to back, or we want that full recovery between. Same thing, if you can, try not to do 2 sports in a row. Each sport uses different muscles, and we really need that recovery from each of those sports to do that. So that's why we try to do that. I love to use swims as a recovery from your running and your biking. So often, typically you do 1 swim on a Monday or Tuesday, sort of a nice recovery after the weekend, and then on Friday before we ramp up to do the same thing again. And on that same thing, alternate the sports. If you can do a swim, bike, run, or something like that, once again, it just gives that nice recovery to your body in between those workouts. Missing a workout, what to do if you know you're going to miss a workout. When we get 12 weeks out or 16 weeks out, that's when you really, really, really want to make sure you get the workouts in. If you have to get up early or change your schedule around, consistency is absolutely always the key. Now, if you miss a shorter workout during the week, it's probably really not that big of a deal. Maybe do a little bit longer, or for instance, if it's a swim, add another 1,000 if you can just pop by the pool at some other point in time. But you want to make sure you're not just taking all your workouts and doing them on 2 or 3 days, because that really sort of defeats the purpose of the periodized training we're going to do. And the long workouts, if you know you're going to be gone for a weekend or something, see if you can do those longer workouts during the week. Once again, consistency is always key. Missing 1 workout a lot of times is the best thing you could possibly ever do. maybe you really need that sleep, or you're really tired, or you need to spend some time with your family. But just missing 1 or 2 or 3 workouts a week is really not going to do you any good. And when we ramp up, you're not going to have that same base as everyone else. So consistency is always key. Training Peaks. A couple athletes have asked me, is Training Peaks worth the money? So here you can sort of see what the basic, that's what you guys get for free, and the premium. The premium is basically the same coaching software that I utilize. Over to the right, you can see this performance management chart. That's a lot of the TSS and all those kind of metrics. If you're really a numbery kind of person, I love Training Peaks. I love you. It's not an absolute, but it's a great guide to really help you be that partner with you. Below that you can see upgrade, and you can see how you can upgrade just for a month, or a quarter, or annually. Also, I think if you want to upgrade for a week or something just to try it out, you can do that for free, I believe. Other question, am I training enough? If you are doing the training that I'm putting in Training Peaks right now, yes, you are absolutely 100% doing the training, and absolutely enough that you need. The race is many months out. There's no reason to be doing those incredibly long workouts now. Might sound fun and like a great idea, but over a period of time, your body and your mind, it'll just really wear on you. So if you want to do more, what can you do? Stretch, and stretch some more. Cannot reiterate this enough. I like to spend at least 3 times a week, 20 minutes. Most of the time I do more. That's sort of the minimum of what I do, stretching. And I work mostly on the hamstrings. Most runners and triathletes and cyclists, our hamstrings are definitely our problem areas. So I did one video with Steve. I'm going to be putting out more shortly of some other stretches you can do. If you can go to a yoga class, just take that mental break, that break from everything, and really just help your body restore itself. Swim bands, if you've come to Sheila's clinic, or you're going to Sheila's clinic, or neither, you can, on YouTube, you can go and find swim bands with Sheila. Fabulous work. I've really been pushing these a lot more, so you just sort of get that feel of the water. Swimming is all about that feel of the water. So if you are not swimming that day, just to do 3 sets of 30. That's really what I've been doing, and I really think it's making a significant difference in the pool. Zone 2 on the bike. A lot of you guys are already riding 3 days at the bike rack. Absolutely fabulous. The Zone 2, it's hard to get too much Zone 2 in. That just really makes those whole physiological changes we're going to talk about in the next slide that just really make that difference. Now, if you go to the bike rack and you're doing some of the intensity classes or the tempo classes, you can just start really beating yourself up. So make sure if you're doing the workouts, you're doing the right ones. The other extra thing you can add is a 500 to 1,000 swim. Just pop in the water, feel the water. You can go back through some of the other workouts that I've put in Bafast. You can just pull for 2 500s or a 500, or just get that strength and that comfort in. With that said, you can see how these are all smaller things that really don't push your body to that extreme. What we really want to make sure when you're doing extra workouts, if you choose to do extra workouts, is that you're never taking away from the workouts that are currently written in Training Peaks. Are you getting enough rest? This is the big question that I want everybody to ask themselves. First, are you sleeping enough? I've gone through this personally this year where, my body really revolted about getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. You can do it for months, you just cannot do it for years, and I found now that I just can't even do it for weeks. So I've really focused. I know a lot of you guys have Fitbits or these Garmin 920 watches that really track your sleep. Add that to a metric. Add that and really figure out, are you getting enough rest? 7 to 8 hours, if you can hit that sweet spot. Oh my gosh, I know a lot of athletes who somehow get 9 in every day. More the better, almost more the better. So just something to really do. Also, if you sort of want to go to the crazy side, you can take your resting heart rate every day and put that in Training Peaks. It's a really nice metric to go back to if you start having problems. We can see if that's increased, and it's just another sort of hint, or if you trend at, resting heart rate of 50 every day and all of a sudden it's 50, 55, 56, you know what? If you really think about it, you're probably feeling beat up or stressed, and it would be a good time to take some time off. End of the season strategies. Time off. I just love every athlete to have 2 to 3 weeks off running. If you just did Naperville and you raced 70.3 last year, you want some complete time off, take it. Wait to the holidays or see when it works for you. But just to have some complete recovery is just the best thing that you could ever do. Now, don't wait to our build. It's a time to do it in the off season. The other thing you can do that a lot of triathletes like to do is, marathon season, take a couple weeks off swimming. Take a couple of months off running when the weather is really crappy. Cycling is something I don't know that you need to take off as much, but swimming to really let your shoulders recover, and same thing, really let your legs and your body recover from the running. How to deal with illness and injury. Take time off. Let your body recover. If it's an injury, if it's something with your foot, you know what? Use that to your advantage. Get in the pool 4 or 5 days a week and slowly build up your endurance to the pool, or just that feel for the water. If you're sick, let your body recover. If you're just doing these workouts, you're just beating yourself up, and it's actually going to take more out of your workouts for a longer period of time. How am I doing? How do you feel? Are you recovered before the next workout? I think that's just one of the biggest key things. If you go into every workout tired, well, you really need to change something. Maybe it's your life, maybe it's the sleep, maybe it's your nutrition. By the way, I've gotten a lot of requests about it. We're doing nutrition focus in January. But you know what? Figure that out. You should feel recovered before that next workout. Over a period of months, are your times improving? If your times are not improving over a period of months, then we should look at it and try to figure out something else. Thirdly, are you able to complete all the workouts? Pretty soon I put some shorter swims in for the first year girls. If you should be working towards, completing all those workouts. If you're struggling with that, maybe get extra help. Talk to Janine about doing some, extra swim lessons. Add a couple extra swims where you're just doing 500. A lot of times I like to do it, I call it sort of taking a shower. You have to take a shower every day. Just to swim 20 minutes sometimes is just more of a pain in the butt to drive to the pool and swim for 20 minutes and take a shower and go home. So I'll go on my way to my office. I don't have that dry time. I take a shower there. So it's this, what can you do to, make the most of your time? And lastly, are you completing the workouts? So are you able to? Do you want to? It's a big thing. If you're dreading workouts, switch something up or change stuff. This should be fun. You should want to do it. You should enjoy doing that. With that said, everybody's got a day they just wish they could sleep in. That's sort of something different. But when you're out there, you should really be enjoying it, or we'll figure something else out. Just to sort of review, zone 2, or where your running heart rate should be and your heart rate's on the bike. Put some articles up there about zone 2, and I interchangeably, incorrectly use these two words. I actually prefer to go by Phil Moffatone's definition of where you should be to be in that sweet aerobic zone. Joe Friel cloned his zone 2 and has formulas for that. We don't typically use that, but because we live in a Joe Friel world, we usually refer to that as zone 2 because it's the same specific place of heart rate that we're getting those same benefits, but it's that MOF heart rate formula that we're all using. 180 minus your age. If you've been running half marathons or biking for more than 2 years, then give yourself 5. If you've had an injury that sidelined you for a period of time, then take away 5. So I think I'm going to go into the next one as a separate sideshow, but thanks guys. And I think I'll do this every clinic, so if you have any more questions for next time, let me know and we will definitely go over them. So thanks for your time and can't wait to see you guys all soon. oh, I will post this on the board, but in December we'll be posting a day where on a Friday and a Sunday we will be doing swim videos. So Janine and I will be doing that. The following week during our bike class at the bike rack, we will be reviewing that video on a Sunday afternoon. Actually, it's an extra class. You will not be charged for it if you're a member or you're not a member. That'll be a free class, but while we're talking about it, we might as well utilize that great screen at the bike rack, and you guys can actually get a workout in. So I thought that'd be a great idea, and I'm really looking forward to doing it in December. Also, you guys know I absolutely love Sheila's Tormina's swim clinic. I think that there is 4, maybe 5 slots left. So if you haven't signed up for it, I'm going to put something on Facebook soon about it, but I imagine it will sell out. We sold out all but those spaces with me putting the message that you read on GGT and one message on Facebook. So it's going to be a great clinic, and I definitely encourage you guys to do that. So take care and happy training.